A family of 4 retired on one income in their 40s in most expensive city in Canada with an annual expense of less than $30,000? How the f is that possible? They have 5 best-kept secrets that sped up their fire path. And once you hear them, you'll never see your house ever the same again. But let's start with something that's so easy I thought everyone was doing. But apparently not. Starting with utilities, because this is actually an easy place to win. Also, a quick note, just to be clear, the $30,000 living expense is only for essentials, and Chrissy didn't include vacation, gifts, or entertainment in this breakdown. There's this one and done method from the Dough Roller podcast. So basically what you do is you make one change to one bill, and that saves you money moving forward every single month. And this is how this family of 4 keeps their transportation costs under $350 a month. But more on that later. So instead of trying to frugalify everything all at once overnight, you just fix one thing at a time. And according to Chrissy, as you tackle more and more of your bills, the savings really adds up. And even better, these changes can save you hundreds per month while having little to no impact on your lifestyle. That's a no-brainer for me. If you're like, amen preach to this sentiment, you gotta subscribe because this is what this channel is all about. Getting to early retirement without feeling like you're going through 20 years of suffering and deprivation. Thank you so much, Alyssa Liu, for teaching us all about the joy of the process. Thank you so much. By the way, if you're also freaking out that she's in Lowry's new music video, you gotta drop a like, cause me too. But going back to Chrissy's saving strats, honestly, for me, it sounds really simple, but clearly not everyone else on the planet is doing them. So here are 3 big hacks from Chrissy that seem like a no-brainer, but some people might need to hear it. Number 1, wash clothes in cold water and only in full cycles. Like, I heard there's this son from an auntie that turned on the washing machine and washed 1 pair of socks. Like, what the heck? The second one is to upgrade your insulation for your house. This is to decrease the natural gas usage. And number 3 is to hang dry 80% of your laundry. Like, laundromat who? That's my living room on a Tuesday. And I also love this part when Chrissy says, teaching our kids to be energy efficient and reminding them often of all of the above, which is honestly kind of funny, but it also shows how consistent they are as a family. And the way they think about saving here is what makes their saving strategy for their house possible later. But first, we gotta talk about transportation, because this is where things really stack up fast. Chrissy is a 1-car family, and the husband works from home, which is already a lot of saving. And as a remote worker myself, I can definitely vouch and see how much money this move is saving me. Like, I used to spend $100 on bus passes in 1 month, but now I am down to $10. Like, yes, I love not leaving my house. But you know what? They didn't stop there. They kept their total transportation costs under $4,000 every year, and one of their biggest areas that they focused on was maintenance costs. And here are 3 ways that they have kept this cost under $400. Number 1 is DIY simple maintenance using YouTube. Number 2 is replace windshield wipers, clean battery terminals, and do minor tire changes themselves. And number 3 is to buy parts like brakes and air filters and install them at home. And when things got a little bit more complicated, they asked for help. Like, they lean on friends and family for better deals and also advice. Also, another quick tip from me is that local Choose FI Facebook groups are also great for finding deals. And speaking of local, you know how we complain about how Vancouver is, the most expensive city in Canada? But Chrissy managed to turn this nightmare into her family's biggest early retirement weapon by simply living in her house? Let me explain. This section is probably the most complex, but also the most powerful. So Chrissy found a way to use the expensive Vancouver market to her advantage by using her mortgage to invest. In their case, they already paid off their house, but instead of letting that equity sit, they took out another mortgage so the money could work for them. A more common version of this is called the Smith maneuver, and this is how you can turn a $500 house. $500 house? No. $500,000 house. We're keeping this because it's very funny. And turn this into a $750K portfolio or more. Okay. Let me break it down for you so it's super easy to understand. So what you do is to take out a HELOC, a home equity line of credit. So if you pay $200 towards your mortgage, that $200 becomes available to borrow via your HELOC to invest in stocks, bonds, real estate, or businesses. Here are two strategies to make this even more efficient. One is to only take out the amount after you deduct interest from your HELOC. So if your HELOC is $200, the interest is $30, then take out $170 so you don't have to worry about the interest eating into your investment gains. So number two, the interest can be written off as a tax deduction. This lowers taxable income and can increase benefits like the Canadian Child Benefit or Old Age Security. And for people living in the US or other parts of the world watching this, oh my god, hello! I saw someone from Czech watching this video. Hi! Hi from all peoples around the world. Thank you for watching this video. This exact strategy might not work because at least in the US, the mortgage interest is already a tax deductible, but the idea is still the same. You can use your home equity to make more money. Okay, but big announcement. Just to be clear, this is not for everyone. Any form of investing using debt is risky, and just like how Chrissy recommended in her blog, please do your own research and possibly consult a financial planner before making this move. Like, we don't want you to be one market dip away from being houseless, okay? And in a second, we're gonna get into one of her most underrated grocery strategies that can cut your food bill by around 20%. And it's not what you think. Okie dokie, let's talk about groceries because this is where small habits turn into big savings. So on top of buying in bulk, buying on sale, and meal planning, here are some of Chrissy's unique strategies. Know what a real sale is. Like if chicken is on sale for $2.99, but the real sale is $1.99, that difference can add up fast. So she uses an app called Our Groceries to track items prices across different grocery stores. So she would know when to call imposter when Safeway is trying to put that chicken on sale for $2.99 when she knows for sure that Superstore is sitting at $1.99. So off to space with you, fake bitch. Chrissy also does 16-8 intermittent fasting for her and her husband, of course, not the kids, okay? So this reduces food consumption by around 20% since they only eat about 2 meals a day. And also shopping at discount grocery stores. Like her friend Jolie, who's in the Canadian Ladies Money Club Facebook group, made a shocking price to store comparison graph and found that Walmart is 23% cheaper than Safeway and Superstore is the second cheapest. So just by choosing the right store, you can save thousands without even changing what you're eating. And you know what? The last point kind of flips everything upside down because people might see one income household as a weakness, but it turns out it is their biggest advantage. And here's the reason why. Like as we saw with Ray Jean's family, they saved $30,000 a year in daycare costs simply by becoming stay-at-home parents. And also, it gives you a lot of time to optimize all these saving systems. Like if both partners are working full-time, it's much harder to plan at this level. Like, just look at all those chickens. I mean details. If you want to see exactly how this translates into bigger savings, click here for how I was able to save 50% of my paycheck every single year. I'll see you over there. Hope you had fun with this video. I had a lot of fun making it. Okay, bye.